administrations and can offer a comprehensive holiday and rail travel service to all parts of Britain and Europe.
The pride of the age, the small narrow gauge, rails 24 inches apart.
Mae'r gyrnol yn barod, mae'r tanniwr wrth ei waith, a'r injin bach yn aros, di'n tywys ar y daith. Ond pan ddaw pen y lein i'r galw, a'i aros hanner awr, cyn geidio fewn i'r cerbyd sy'n mynd â ni nôl lawr. Trenau bychain Cymru, trenau bychain Cymru, trenau bychain Cymru, mynd i fyny ac iddo.
Porthmadog Harbour is now used only by pleasure craft, but it was once the home of many ocean-going sailing ships used in the transport of slate. The FFESTINIOG railway brought the slates from the quarries in the mountains at FFESTINIOG down to the harbour at Porthmadog. The railway is still very much alive today. Built in 1836 by James Spooner to a gauge of 1 foot 11 5/8, by 1863 it had steam locos, and by 1865 the railway was carrying passengers. Due to the decline in the slate industry and the outbreak of the last war, the railway closed to passengers in 1939 and slate in 1946. Over a period of time since 1955, volunteers have reopened the line right through to FFESTINIOG. The Victorian station buildings at Porthmadog now house very modern booking hall facilities and an information bureau, along with a souvenir shop and a very well-equipped cafeteria.
Little railway, clack, clickety-clack, singing along to the end of the track, over streams and up mountains, through woods and through vales, rides one of the great little trains of Wales. On leaving the station, it ambles along over bright narrow rails, the wheels click a song, and onto the gradient the engine ascends, and under the bridge and the way round the bend. Little railway, clack, clickety-clack, singing along to the end of the track, over streams and up mountains, through woods and through vales.
There are 6 tracks in the harbour station, 1 platform road, 1 run-round loop, and the other 4 house the carriage stock in the summer months. The carriages date from 1865 to the present day. The view from Harbour Station is quite spectacular, taking in many of the Snowdonia mountains, including Molehebog, Canicht, the Molewinds, the Gliders, and Snowdon itself. The foreground is the Glaslyn estuary, and land reclaimed by the building of the embankment known as the Cobb between 1807 and 1811. The first mile of the FFESTINIOG Railway is along the top of this embankment. Here we see a down train approaching Minford Crossing with the Cobb in the background. And again approaching Porthmadog Harbour Station across the Cobb. The engine is the 1916 Alco Mountaineer acquired by the FFESTINIOG in 1967. The modern carriages on this train have been built in recent years at the FFESTINIOG Railway's own works. It's a scene on Harbour Station platform as the train prepares to leave for FFESTINIOG. Mountaineer running round the train. This engine, built for service in the First World War in France. Note the check rail. The line leaving Porthmadog Harbour Station goes through 90 degrees. Out onto the Cobb. The railway works at Boston Lodge can be seen here at the far end of the Cobb. The The engine approaching Minford Crossing here is Blanche, one of two 1893 Hunslet locos bought from the Penryn Quarry Railway in 1963. The first station on the up journey is Minforth. This is where the taps are changed, and it is also an exchange station with the British Rail Cambrian Coast line, the BR line passing under the FR, approximately to where the engine is now. The line from Portmaddock to FFESTINIOG is an uphill grade rising from sea level to over 700 feet at FFESTINIOG. As a result, the engines have to work hard on the up journey. Here we have an up train crossing Gwyndy Bank headed by Double Fairley and Merthin Emrys. Penryn Station buildings have been converted into a volunteers' hospital. The engine is really working hard now, and with the increase in altitude, the views begin to improve. Tannabook Station, approximately halfway along the line, is where the engines take water. The down train seen here is headed by Merthin Emrys, a double fairlift built at the company's own works in 1879. The articulated double fairlies were introduced on the Festiniog to cope with the combination of heavy trains, long uphill working and sharp curves. At certain times of the year, trains pass here and the station assumes quite a busy appearance.
Ride the little trains, not a dream but living steam in glory once again. Bright painted little engines, wheels riding narrow rails, pistons steaming, brasses gleaming, great little trains of Wales. Tallinn, the airborne line was pulled from there and back. FFESTINIOG rail, the ride on rail, the Snowdon mountain track. Bright painted little engines, wheels riding narrow rails, pistons steaming, brasses gleaming, great little trains of Wales. Dead and cold these railways old, forgotten in despair, but men's dreams and wealth and schemes with love began bid fair. Bright painted little engines, wheels riding narrow rails, pistons steaming, brasses gleaming, great little trains of Wales.
The near vertical dry stone embankments, up to 60 feet in height, remain in good condition after 150 years. In spite of good fencing, sheep still regularly get onto the track. Above Tannabook, with increasing altitude, the views become even more spectacular. This double-fairley locomotive is the Earl of Merioneth, designed and built at the company's own works at Boston Lodge in 1979, the first fairley built since 1911, using the bogies from the withdrawn fairley Livingston-Thompson and a superheated boiler supplied by the Hunslick Engine Company of Leeds. 100 years after building Merthin Emrys, the FFESTINIOG still favoured the double-fairley design for its latest steam loco. The next station, Diat, is the point at which the deviation leaves the old formation. This new track, including a new tunnel 300 yards long, was constructed largely by volunteer labour between 1965 and 1978 and restores the link destroyed by the flooding of the line by the CEGB. The first section of the deviation is a spiral around Diat station, the only railway spiral in Britain, giving the railway a 35 feet height gain necessary to bypass the flooded track.